stretches that I use for runners. So the first one would be just getting in a quadruped position, feet are flat, and you're going to round your back up and breathe in, get kissed by a dog, and then extend and look up. So breathe in, breathe out. So after that, you're going to go into a neutral tilt, and then you're going to push up into a downward dog position. So basically, you're going to get into a plank and then push into your hands and push down through your heels, and keeping your head and eyes gazing towards the back of your legs. If you can't get your heels down, that is okay. Not everybody can get their heels down and have that extensibility in their calves or hamstrings. So just go through the movement and push your heels into the ground and pushing your palms and your hips. Your palms into the ground and your hips up to the sky. You're going to hold here for a second or two. You can pedal out your calves and your feet. Just take a moment to do whatever feels good. Then I like to go into a runner's lunge position with a twist and then do a sequence of that. So you're going to come into a high plank. You're either going to thread your foot up to your hands. If you don't have the hip mobility to do that, that is okay. You're going to drop down to your knees, bring your foot up, 90-degree angle, frame your foot, straighten that back leg. You're going to get a stretch in the hip flexor on the back leg, and then when you twist open towards that knee, you're going to get some mid-back mobility. Also, you're going to get a stretch in that outer portion of your glute. Then what you're going to do is frame the foot again, bring that foot back, press into downward dog, and then repeat. Bring that leg up. If you can't get it through, just remember to drop here, bring it up, frame the foot, twist, and hold on 1 second, yes. And then pushing it through. So I'll just do it in one succession. So then after I do about 3 to 5 on each side, then now I'm going to switch into a different stretch. So the other stretch that I will probably end up going to would be back into downward dog, and then I'm going to go into a pigeon pose to stretch my glutes out a little bit more. So bring we'll do the right leg to start. So the right leg up towards your left wrist, dropping down either to your elbows, or if you can't get there, your hands. If this feels uncomfortable and you're slopping like this and you can't get your hips over your leg, so it shouldn't be like this, your hip should be level over your leg, and you should feel the stretch in the outer portion of your glute. Now, if that is way too challenging, that is okay. We have other ways of doing things. So to get the same effect, you would lay on your back, you would cross one leg over the other on top of the knee, dorsiflex that foot, thread your hands through your leg, grab either the back of your thigh or your shin bone, and just hug it in, and you're going to get a stretch in the outer portion of your glute muscles. And like so. So you either could do regular pigeon or reverse pigeon. Up to you and whatever your body prefers. So the other exercise after that would be, so I'll just go through the other side really quick. So I am balanced. And just stretching here for a moment or two. And going going back, always kind of falling back into downward dog. Then we're going to do our hip flexors. So you're going to bring that leg up again. Once again, you can always drop to your knees. Now to hit your hip flexors, you want to tilt your pelvis posteriorly, squeeze your glutes, and by doing that, you might already feel a stretch in your hip flexor area and your quad. If you don't, just reach up and you might feel it a little bit more. If you really don't, you might not be squeezing your glutes. But you can always lean in a tad. Holding here for a few seconds or so, like 10 seconds, and then switching. So tilting the pelvis, squeezing the glutes, generating the energy going up, and holding here 10, 20 seconds. And whatever honestly feels good. You don't want to overstretch. And good. So from there, depending upon whatever body parts are a little bit more tight than others, the other exercise I like to do for hamstrings is called an active knee extension. So you're going to lay on your back. One leg is going to be drawn out. The other leg is going to come up. You're just going to hold the back of your leg and just actively draw that knee up. Good. So right now, my hammies feel pretty good. So this is really good for people who have any sciatica pain too. According to some physical therapists, it flosses that sciatic nerve instead of stretching it, because nerves don't like to be stretched. So you're going to switch and continue 10 rounds. And good. So after that, I'll do a lower back twist. I will move my hips to the left, either drop my knees to the right and get a little bit of stretching in my lower back, or if your upper back is tight, you might feel it up there too. If you feel nothing, one way of progressing it is drawing your leg over the top of the other leg and then drawing the knees over to the opposite side. And you'll feel a stretch in lower back. You might even feel some stuff going on in your glute. So you're just going to hang out here for a nice count, just breathing and enjoying the stretch. And relax.